Ouchi-juku is a historic post town, located in the mountains of Fukushima Prefecture, in northern Japan. It was once part of the Aizu Nishi Kaidō route, connecting Aizu with Nikkō during the Edo period. Surrounded by nature, this preserved village feels like stepping back in time. Only a few hours from Tokyo. Ouchi-juku is a rare place in Japan, where an entire Edo period post town still feels alive. Tucked into the mountains of Fukushima Prefecture in northern Japan, it once stood on the old Aizu Nishi Kaidō route, a road that connected Aizu with Nikkō during the Edo era 1603-1868. In those days, travelers, merchants, and messengers stopped here to rest, eat, and change horses. Today, when you step onto Ouchi-juku's main street, lined with thatched roof houses on both sides, it's as if the modern world fades behind you. The street is unpaved, the buildings sit low with deep eaves and wooden facades, and narrow water channels carry clear stream water along the road. You don't just look at history here, you walk through it. What makes Ouchi-juku so captivating is the way everyday life and heritage blend seamlessly. Many of the thatched buildings are still used as family-run shops, teahouses, and small inns. You'll catch the gentle smell of charcoal grills and miso in the air. You'll hear the creak of wooden floors and the friendly greetings of owners who have been welcoming visitors for generations. Step inside and you might find a traditional irori, a sunken hearth where tea kettles hang and families once gathered for warmth. Even small details like hand-painted signs, straw rope decorations, and bundles of firewood stacked outside tell you this is not a theme park, but a living community carefully preserving its past. Food is a big part of the Ouchi-juku experience, and it's deliciously unique. The most famous local dish is Negi Soba, buckwheat noodles served with a long green onion that you use as both garnish and chopstick. It's playful, memorable, and surprisingly practical once you try it. You'll also see regional treats from the Aizu area: skewered rice cakes brushed with sweet miso and grilled until lightly crisp mountain vegetable dishes that change with the seasons, and tochi-mochi, a traditional rice cake made with processed horse chestnut, a local specialty that reflects life in the mountains. Pair these with simple, comforting soups or sip a cup of green tea while watching the street outside one of the best free shows in Japan. Ouchi-juku is beautiful in every season. In spring, fresh green leaves fill the hillsides and wildflowers color the roadside. Summer brings deep, lush greens and clear, starry nights. Autumn is spectacular fiery red and gold maples frame the thatched rooftops for postcard perfect views. In winter, the town becomes a quiet, snow-covered world. Smoke rises from chimneys, and the roofs wear soft white caps. If you come in early February, the Ouchi-juku Snow Festival lights the evening with lanterns, candles, and a warm community spirit that makes you forget the cold. Each season feels like a new story, so returning visitors often plan different times of year to see how the town changes. Beyond the scenery, Ouchi-juku offers a gentle kind of travel that's increasingly rare: slow, human, and local. Spend time talking with shop owners and craftspeople. Pick up a handmade souvenir or local snack. Learn how the thatched roofs are maintained, a craft that requires knowledge, teamwork, and respect for tradition. If you stay overnight at a minshuku, a Japanese guest house, you may sleep on futons laid on tatami mats and wake up to the sound of a mountain stream. At night, when the day trippers have gone, the street grows quiet and the stars feel close in the morning. The town wakes softly, and you can watch the light slide across the rooftops before the first buses arrive. For photographers and videographers, Ouchi-juku teaches an important lesson. No image can fully capture how it feels to stand here: the crunch of the path underfoot, the scent of wood smoke, the calm pace of people moving about their day. Walk to the small hilltop lookout at the end of the street, and you'll see the classic panorama: a gentle valley of thatched houses flowing away beneath you, framed by forested mountains. It's one of those views that makes even locals fall quiet for a moment. A few friendly tips will help you enjoy Ouchi-juku respectfully. Many buildings or private homes. Feel free to admire the architecture, but avoid peeking into living spaces. Ask before photographing people up close, especially shopkeepers at work. Keep to marked paths and be mindful of the water channels along the road. Good walking shoes are best. The main street is uneven in places and a light jacket is useful in the shoulder seasons. Mountain weather can change quickly. Small businesses often prefer cash, so bring some yen for snacks and souvenirs. If you're driving, note that parking areas are outside the historic core to keep the view beautiful. It's a short, pleasant walk in. Perhaps the most powerful thing about Ouchi-juku is not just that it preserves the past, but that it lets you participate in it by tasting the food people here have loved for centuries. Warming your hands by a hearth, or simply slowing your step to the rhythm of the street. A few hours from Tokyo, yet worlds away in atmosphere, Ouchi-juku offers more than a pretty picture. It offers a feeling you'll carry home: the sense that some places, if cared for with patience and pride, can make time move a little more gently.